live. I have no idea what's going on. I have no idea. It's not working. That's okay. I will stitch YouTube. Buttons for brains is on. I'll try to find myself. E9. Let's close this. Let's go here. Let's type my name in. Let's type my channel. And it says upcoming live. All those upcomings are wrong. Okay, well, there I am on YouTube. Okay, well, it's fine. It's fine. I'm going to stitch on this anyway. Hi. Haven't seen you in ages. Desert Nana. Dorothy, right? I'm having all sorts of issues. I'm good. I hope you're well too. I'm having my YouTube's not cooperating. I tried to go live on YouTube and it wouldn't go live. Right? There was I couldn't click the go live button, so I switched over to StreamYard. So it's all good. And I'm going to be stitching on a tea cozy that I started for my daughter-in-law Thanksgiving time, November. Hi, Belinda. Thank you for stopping by. I couldn't get YouTube to work. I couldn't access the go live button for some reason. So I went over to StreamYard, and this is working. So I'm working on, this is a tea cozy that I made out of scraps for my daughter-in-law. And it's pretty much done, except for adding the embellishments. But this is, when the whole thing is made, I can pull this. I'm going to pull this up. And then maybe you can see it a little bit better. It's all made out of scraps that I hand stitched. I took a scrap and then face to face hand stitched it, and then just made it like that, and then I lined it with some batting, and yeah, very easy, very relaxing. So when I traveled up to Cape Cod for Thanksgiving this year, I just threw a bag, scraps in a bag and a needle and thread, and off I went. So, and I made this little, I've got a couple of things. I've got some vintage stuff. So I figured I would just stitch a little and chat a little and see how it goes. This is a vintage, I guess, picture of it's not a fabric picture of it looks like a 1950s element, like junior high picture out of a yearbook or something. And this is a fabric scrappy. And Miriam showed me how to do French knots during her stream on Sunday. I struggle with French knots, and I figured out what I was doing wrong. I was going the wrong way. So I was practicing, and I was able to get 4 successful French knots on this. I was very excited about that. And then I have some more. And then I painted this lace this morning with Inktense paints. So I thought I would stitch that on here. And then my dear friend Ruth, we decided that I should put a drawstring on this. So her teapot is pretty tall. It's about 9 inches. And this is not going to have any shape, but you have to leave room for the spout. And as I recall, it's got a rather short spout, and then of course a handle. So I don't want to tuck it in too much. So the bottom's going to be kind of square. So we decided that I could put a drawstring in the bottom, and then she could snug it up if she wanted to. So that's what this is. And I kind of made one of those. And so that's about it. That's what I'm going to be doing. I played bridge this morning. And, didn't come in last. Didn't come in first. Had a good time, though. You get you pay, it's $1 to play. And then you get what color thread should I use? Maybe black, or I've got a dark one. And you get first place gets, I don't know, $3. Second place gets $2 or something like that. And then there's a candy basket that goes around. If you take a trick with the 2, you get the candy basket and a piece of candy. And if you end up with the candy basket, you get $1. And if you come in last place, you are known as the guest of the day, and you get your $1 back. So I got none of those things, which was fine. It's all about having fun and hanging out. So that's what I did this morning. I waited around. Well, I didn't wait around. I left when I had to go play bridge. They've started my construction job, but I can't seem to get anybody to work more than 4 hours or a whole day. So I think this is how this project is going to go, even though my contractor says, I have all the ducks in a row, and it's going to go fast once we get going, but that's not really the case. They started last Thursday, and the concrete company worked Thursday. They were the lead man on the job showed up Friday morning, but his crew didn't show up. And then there's a demolition company that had to come in and demolish the existing porch. And they were there Thursday, but the blades in the reciprocal saw were dull-ish. So they worked from 9:45 until noon, and they left, and they said they'd be back Friday with new blades, which they were. Hi, Lydia. And they finished their part of this job. And yeah. And then nobody came today. I haven't heard from my contractor. I have a feeling this is just the way it's going to go. And everyone says I should be happy that they've started. Yes, I am happy they've started. I've only waited 5 months for this thing to start. So yes, I have to remind myself that they've started. It's a sputtering start. And I've taken pictures, and I will continue to take pictures. Poor Lily, my cat, sits by the glass sliding doors looking longingly out at the porch. Well, that's good. And this morning she was chittering, as you know, as cats chitter when they see a bird. And of course now she can see the birds out there very clearly. And her tail is flapping back and forth, and she's chittering like crazy. And I can't. She used to spend a lot of time out there. Of course, there's no walls anymore out there. It's just an open space. So I can't obviously let her out unless I put her on a leash, which I'm not going to do. But anyway, I'm half expecting. I had armadillos last week. A family of 3 armadillos come walking through. I half expected to see their little beady eyes through the glass sliding door the other night when she would freak out because they were walking alongside of the porch when it was still there. I knew we had armadillos, but I'd never seen any, and there were 3 of them. So we will see. The concrete guys apparently this company is behind in their jobs because they don't want to work because it's too hot. And it is hot. It's Florida, obviously, August, it's hot. It's not unseasonably hot, but it's hot. And so I think that's part of the problem. They decide they don't want to work and they don't show up. I have to laugh, though. Oh, I hate that when I do that. Don't you hate that when you do that? I do. I do it all the time, too. Look, now I have to cut this off and I have to laugh. My neighbor next door is having a new roof put on. And those guys, that crew, has showed up the last 2 days and have worked in the heat on a roof, putting a new roof on. And they're showing up. And it's got to be hot on the roof, I would think, right? Very hot on the roof. Oh, I can't see where my threads are. Let's see. Is this thing here? Or is that thing there? I can't see. I can't tell. Oops, that must be the one. Is that it? I don't know. Oh, well, we'll just stick that in there, hide it, and start anew. There. I don't think it's going to come undone. And then I was watching Ginger Cat Pam. She's on from All Night Long. I think Ginger Cat is the name of her channel, I think. She's on, I think she goes on at, what did she say? She goes on at 10 o'clock at night. She's on all night long. And she has a lot of people. Like she's got Messy Table, who's in Australia. And her name's Diane. So I woke up around 4 and I turned on my iPad and they were over at Diane's. And Diane said, does anybody want to play? Hi, Gail. It's great seeing you. Yeah, I can sometimes put needle and thread together. Yeah. I'm just working on a tea cozy that I started on Thanksgiving. So I ended up going on Diane's channel at 4 o'clock this morning. and then went over to Pam's channel, and then I left and I went to Bridge. I'm supposed to have Bridge tonight too. Yeah, she comes on midnight-ish, or yeah, late, and then she's on. Yeah, I see you in there, Angie. You pop in and say hey, and then go back to sleep, which is the smart thing to do, I would think. Yes. And she's has several people that are, again, as I said, like in Australia or different time zones. I know. Well, normally I don't sleep well anymore. Not that I ever was a great sleeper, but 5 hours. My body, it used to be 6. I used to get a solid 6. Now it's down to more like a solid 5. So if I go to bed like 10 o'clock, 10:30, hi, Kathy. Kathy's back from vacation. We missed you. She's back in the swing of things. I didn't do the prompts yesterday. Just didn't feel like doing them. I don't know. Kind of feeling a little out of sorts because of this construction thing. I'm just very disappointed, and I have to get over it and just accept that this is the way it's going to go and be done with it, right? And I guess be grateful when they show up. Good to be back, yeah. But you said you had a nice time. You got to spend time with your daughters, right? That's cool. Very cool. I've always wanted to go to the Chicago Art Institute. Never been, but I've always wanted to see. Is it the Hopper, the diner painting? That's at the Art Institute, I think. You were in Chicago and Detroit, I think, right? Both places. It was a nice break for you. Sometimes it's hard to get back into the... Yeah. I've never been to Chicago. I really haven't traveled that much in this country. I mean, I've flown over things, but, basically Salt Lake City area and the Boston area, and obviously Florida. And I did live in Pennsylvania for a while. So I guess that counts, obviously. But it would be fun to do a road trip, I guess. My neighbor bought a small converted van. Somebody, converted into a camper van. And I think she's older than I am. And she bought it from somebody here, and it had been... Oh, that's right. You were in Boston too. I forgot that. Yes. And she's got a little dog, and she's taken off in that. She's going on extended road trips with her little dog. I give her a lot of credit. Is Devin here? Didn't see Devin. Oh, there you are. Hi, Devin. Oh, I got your happy mail today or yesterday. I got it out of the mailbox today. So thank you for that and the goodies. I will show that to people. Hi, Barbara. I am stitching, adding um, embellishments to my tea cozy. Yes, Devin won my tea cozy that I made during that crazy marathon, streamathon that people backed out of, and I ended up what, I don't know, 15, 16 hours. And in that 16 hours, I made a tea cozy, and then and Devin won the. Bye, Angie. And Devin won it. So this is the neat card that I won at Devin's. I love the sentiment. The snark is always good. When is this old enough to know better supposed to kick in? And I love these characters. And then, of course, I got some neat little goodies. I think I'm going to make, like Carrie Griffiths is making a scrap journal, and I think I have a scrap journal that I started somewhere. Then I might stick those in there. And this could make another. These things are so cool. This is out of the collage, college collage books, I think. These are really cool, but I like this very much. And then since Barbara Clark is here, I'll show Barbara Clark what I got in the mail. Save the Redwoods. I donated to them. And I got a beautiful tote, a canvas bag, and then I get their magazine. And they've got some beautiful images in here that I'm definitely going to be using. This baby's getting cut up for sure. And Barbara lives in the middle of a redwood forest. Isn't that cool? Look at these pictures. Oh, look, a froggy. Yeah, this is getting cut up, obviously. I don't even know what that is. I don't know whether I want to know what that is. Aren't these neat? Yep. Oh, look at all those ladybugs. Ooh, that's way too many, I think. And these are, what, aren't these fiddle ferns? I think they're called fiddle ferns. Gray squirrel, yeah. Anyway, you got some beautiful pictures. I like this type of graphic, this kind of graphic design. So I got this today. Look at that. The light coming, we can't see, but the light coming down through the trees. Hi, Andrea. Yes. Well, paper's sustainable. But that's true. I'd rather it paper than plastic. I don't know. That's a good point. Only Gail would point that out. Because Gail is a cynic at heart. So Gail will tell you like it is. No bullshit. Well, I know it's true. It's true. Well, let's hope it's made out of trees like what tree that grows like a weed? Bamboo. The bamboo trees, and they grow like crazy, and they grow everywhere. Gail is a rebel. She certainly is. And I was keep on hearing from the Uppercase folks, which is a magazine that I subscribe to, which is Canadian. And I guess they're having troubles with things getting this next issue out. So it's a nice magazine. It's eye candy, and I've been subscribing to them for several years now. But they were saying they were going to have to raise their prices, and they say that their magazines are made from you've been busy. Okay. Busy IRL. I don't know what IRL is. I just learned what. Yes. Oh, it's Calgary, right? Okay. Yeah. Oh, I've got 4 or 5 years worth of their magazines and their encyclopedias. I love their encyclopedias. Oh, in real life. Thank you. Okay. Well, I now know what. Now I can't think of it because I learned it from Gail. I know, right? I never knew what. Oh, thanks, Aunt Bex. Okay, that's the first time I had seen that used. I know, right? Or you know, right? Was it? I know. I know, right? I saw those initials for the first time. I'm not up on all of that lingo. Did you see Becky finished her blanket jacket? It's gorgeous. She bought a blanket at Goodwill or a thrift store, and she turned it into a really neat jacket. It came out lovely. Just saw the picture of that. Oh my gosh. That's a lot of work, Becky. For sure. Did you get rain and winds and stuff from Hurricane Aaron? I want one. Well, I don't know that you have to be that extreme. My hand stitching the seams. Oh, wow. Okay. All right. And then, well, Kathy, I have a clue what IYKY. What? YK? I have no idea. Well, there was a woman that came to work at the school that I taught at. And I can't even remember now what her position was. She wasn't in the classroom. She was support something, maybe IT. I can't remember now. But she would send out these emails and she would use all of these business abbreviations. Hi, Violet. Oh, if you know, okay. Becky's has her son. He knows all of that stuff, I'm assuming. But she would use all of these, little things like that I guess they used in the business world. And I finally said to her, I said, I don't know whether half of us know what the hell you're talking about. Like, for instance, what is it? The AT, it stood for at the end of the day. And, but the initials for at the end of the day. And I had no idea what she was talking about. I said, you're going to need to spell that out for me and probably other people too. And there's all sorts of business things. Gonna try one more time. And your creation is very pretty. Whatever you're making. Oh, thank you. It's a tea cozy. I'm sorry, Andrea. It's a tea cozy. It's gonna go over a teapot. And it's lined with some batting. And it's just made out of scraps. Guys are here setting up to put a new roof on. Yes. I was just telling my neighbor next door just had a new roof put on. They do it here. 2 days, 3 days, one day to tear it off, next day to plywood it or whatever. And now this one is ready to be shingled, which they'll probably get done in another day. These guys really, and they were here at 7:30 this morning. And I don't blame them. It's going to be cooler at 7:30, but that crew shows up, not like the crew that's working on the LAR project. But they can do well here. I watch them because the houses here get roofs. So we've been told it would take up to 5 days, but this. Okay. All right. That's still really good. I'm assuming they have to take the shingles off. They can't put shingles on top of shingles. I know they can do that for a while. Hi, Kathy. But I remember when the crew did the roof at my mom's house. And it was a Friday, and they were finishing up, and my brother had been visiting, and he had gone back to St. Thomas, and he drank Budweiser. And I had a whole case of Budweiser beer in the outside refrigerator in the garage. And I know that my mom and I weren't going to drink it. So I gave them the case of beer. They were pretty happy about that. For insurance. Okay, a complete terror from replacement. 20 years old. Yeah. I remember asking them whether they wanted cerveza. So at the end of the day, they drove off with a case of ice cold Budweiser. And I'm sure that must have hit the spot for some of them, I would imagine. Maybe not all of them. It's hard work. Hello, Jennifer. 6 layers? Holy mackerel. That's a lot of weight. I guess you only can. I'm surprised that they would even do that. And we had to replace. I did that again. We had to replace our roof in New York, and we only had, I think there were 2 layers. But you get to a point where you're afraid when you have you get the weight of the snow on the roofs in New York. One winter, I had to hire somebody to shovel the roof of my house because there was that much snow on the roof. I was afraid that it would compromise the house. My neighbor, my friend, had a landscape lawn cutting business, and he had all of his equipment in a big garage. It was like a 4-car garage type of thing, and all of his lawnmowers and all of his equipment was out in this garage. And he went out and he noticed that the walls of the garage were bowing out. And he got all of the equipment and the cars and everything out of the garage, and the whole thing came down. Just exploded, not imploded. And he just gotten everything out and saved all those equipment. We used to get these gigantic icicles on the end of the house and the eaves. I mean, they would kill you. If they hit you, you would be dead. I wouldn't let the kids go out the back door because there was one right over the back door. And when they would come down off the roof, the whole house would shudder because they would slide off the roof. I'm telling you, some of them were at least 5 or 6 feet long, and I would say at least 36 inches in girth, in circumference. And it's because the house wasn't well insulated and the attic wasn't well insulated, and heat got up and caused these gigantic icicles. Hi, Teresa. Good to see you. They were like boulders. Oh, no, they were massive. I didn't know that, that's Barbara's cat, right? Daphne, is that her name? She not well? Yes. Well, that's another scary thing when you get an ice storm. And you can hear the leaves. I mean, you can hear the branches popping. Especially if you're near a wooded area, it sounds like guns going off when they start popping and cracking. That's scary too. Uh-oh. Oh, that's right. I keep on thinking she's a totally inside cat. I didn't realize that she is an inside-outside cat, and she ate something that didn't agree. Oh, and you're in a wooded area, so you know what that's like when you get those ice storms. And those branches start cracking. It's very scary, for sure. Yeah, we had some very big pine trees in our yard in New York. Like 50-foot tall, huge pine trees. And we would have an occasional blizzard, a classic blizzard with snow and 25, 30 mile an hour winds. On occasion. Hi, Maria. Yeah. Mariah. Hi, Mariah. I'm sorry I missed the interview with Edward. I'm going to have to go back. I played bridge on Wednesday morning, so I missed the interview. I'm sure it must have been a riot. We're going to be able to watch it, right? Well, Violet thought it was great. I'm sure it had to be great. Be neat to hear him talk because he's so funny. Just reading what he writes in the chat, he's a very funny guy. So I'm looking forward to watching the rerun or the replay or whatever they call that, a restream, rerun. Looking forward to that. Okay, so there's a piece of lace. It's very subtle. I'm glad I painted it. And I used the Inktense I like it. I like it. Okay. Alrighty. Let's do. I got this. And this was. I don't know who made this, but it's a beautiful scrappy. I'm not sure. It's got French knots and a little bird stamp. So I'm going to sew that on here because definitely I sewed this on here. And let's put this on the other side. Let's turn this around and put it on the other side. Hi, Joyce. I think that should look very nice about here. I'm going to put this piece of, get this over here, stick this over here. I have this piece of, I guess it's not really, I guess you could call it lace of sorts. Yes. And I want to put this right on the, instead of putting it on one side, I'm going to try to fold it over so it'll be kind of across the top. I think that'll look neat. I'm leaning towards that versus putting it all on one side because I don't, that's the only piece I have. This is all scraps. Gail's going. Bye, Gail. I'm glad you stopped by. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. Joyce. Woven in through this stuff. Okay. Ribbon, 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 ribbon. See, I've got, this is the kind of stuff that I have all of this stuff. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Devon's on at 3. Becky's not going to be on, but Devon's on at 3. Well, that would be lovely. Let me see. Do I have any ribbon? If I do, all these little pieces of stuff I have are, ooh. No, that's too wide. I have that. I'm not crazy about pink, but that kind of goes with that. Let's see what else I have in here. Not white. I've got red, but I don't think. No, that might be long enough. That's too wide. Oh. No, that's too wide. Okay, well, that's a great idea. I think I will definitely do that. Or what about, oh dear, that's white. This kind of stuff, but that's white. Let's see. I need to see, put all this kind of light stuff together. It's all over the place. Let's see. I think this might. This, yeah. And this is kind of maybe too wide. It's a great idea. Oh, it's too wide. Well, it would look funny if it's scrunched up. I guess it. Mm-hmm. Oh, it's too wide. Well, let's try the red. Hi, Jackie. Nice to see you. Well, let's try the red. The red would look good. And I think there might just be enough. Maybe I just saved this on little scraps of stuff. I don't really want to cut it, but let's see. Let's see. Oh, that's plenty long. Yeah. That's a great idea. Super idea. Okay. Let's see. Here. I should do it the other way so it doesn't cover up. Yeah, go this way. This way, I think. Because I don't want to go over these holes here, so I should come under like so. Let's see. I'm still going to go over. Let's see. Let's see. What do you think? Or is it this too skinny? I don't think I have anything else. So anything I would have would be too wide. Let me see. What do you think? Yeah, if it's a little wider, it will puff out nicely, but it's not. Love the island lace. Yeah. Again, I have no idea where I got this from. I think when I bought Brooks Slow Stitch Kit to Go, she made those several years ago. I had bought an extra pack of scraps, and that's a lot of this. This is my African scraps, though, but a lot of this is from that. But I don't know where this lace came from. Oh, I have that other. You would like the puffy, even though it's too big? You like the, yeah, this seems a little wimpy, doesn't it? So Barbara wants the puffy pink. All right. Yeah, I do have a lot of red on the. I don't know. I have saris. Oh, I could cut something. Oh, hi, Ruth. Put a second piece. Hi, Carol. I think the light blue fabric top right from the fabric. Okay. Not sure. And, oh my God. I think the light blue fabric top right. Top right. I don't know what you're seeing. Top right. This isn't. This is the blue thing. I think this is the only. Let's see. What do I have in here? I've got some of this, like I call it boa stuff. It's like a boa. All right, let's try the puffy stuff. On your cozy. Light blue. Let's see, on your piece, on your cozy, the rectangle. This, I'm not sure. You could cut a strip of fabric. Oh, they call that eyelash. Okay, the rectangle. Light blue rectangle on my right. This, you can cut a strip. Yes, this. Yeah, that's the only piece I have of that. I could cut a strip though of this. Okay. This, okay. Let's see. I know. I've got, let's see. The green would be pretty too. But I could definitely cut a strip of this. What do you think? Or is that too? Well, it doesn't look, I mean, when you put it through the holes. Oh, no, that's fine. No, no, no. Don't apologize. No, I think I could cut that so it would go through there. And that kind of, it kind of gets, it obviously it tones down this piece of fabric. Because I got the green. See what that would look like. And there's green here and this green. So there's quite a few options here. Yes. And then again, there is the puffy pink. I think this is, would this be this sari silk? I have sari silk, but I'd have to cut it down. All right, let's try this one more. I'm just going to give this another. Let's see. We'll just see what the puffy pink for Barbara. A little puffy pink. I'm not sure. Let's see. I've got all that. I bought all that vintage fabric that I bought a while ago. And then I told her, thank you, but I don't want a subscription of vintage fabric. I've got so much. Oh, come on, Anne. Really? I'm sorry, guys. I don't know. I kind of like that puffy pink now that sticking it through there. This might work. But that was such a good idea, Joyce. Whoops, I missed a hole. I would not have thunk that at all. That's what's so great about having these streams and people make suggestions. Yeah, I like that. I think I like that. We'll remove this. These are jelly rolls, I think. Batik. I bought a bunch of it. As you can see, I've used it here and here. And Ruth, I did put another thing of another line of thread. Okay, Becky. Make sure you hydrate after being out there and doing the lawn. Okay. All right, let's see. Let me do this. Yeah, I think that was a good call. Just stay with the, and just puff it up. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it looks good. I think that's going to look, oh, and it does puff up. I didn't realize that. And it is a, yeah, it kind of folds. Thanks, Ruth. It was Barbara's suggestion. Just let it puff, let it do its thing. All right. I think my daughter-in-law will appreciate this. I think she might. She's a knitter. So she's a potterer. She throws mud. So she's artistic. Okay. Yeah. Wow. I think then if I do that, then I think I will not. Well, should I drape it over there or leave it flat? Now, that's the next question. So half like that. No, I don't know. Or just go like so on one side. That's the next question. The next conundrum. Pull this out. I don't need that. It is cool though. Pretty cool. Yep. You can just go right around there like that. Like so. Yeah. So, definitely. Now, I should not cut it too close. I should probably stitch it. Okay, you like the idea of putting half on either side or all on one. It's a beautiful piece, yeah. Well, I think this way you can see all of it. If you fold it in half, I don't know, and then that's going to go right over the top where the thing would be bent down. So I'm leaning towards, I think I'll just stitch it on one side. I think I'm just going to stitch it on one side. Yes, if you thread the, well, it's threaded now, but that was a good suggestion. Okay, I'm going to cut this here, like so, and put the back on the card. This looks like a fancy card. Again, I don't know. It must have come somewhere, and I decided to stick it on this. But when I go through my stuff and arrange this stuff, I'm going to try to put all this stuff together so that there's not a little bit of lace here and a little bit of ribbon there. It's all going to be in a general location, not all over the place. I really need to do that. All right. So I like that. That's going to be really nice. Now, the next question is, I guess I should just stitch this with white thread, little tiny stitches across this here and across the top. And like so, I think probably. It's probably the best bet. And yeah, make sure this is puffy. So yeah. Well, I'm going to say goodbye because I'm normally only on for an hour. And I'm over a little bit. And so I'm going to say, I'm going to continue stitching, but I'm not going to do it live. And I will show you next week what I've gotten done. But this has been a very relaxing piece to work on. I pull it out, and Becky has a sew group on Mondays, and it's a sew group for sewing. So I pull it out on Mondays to work on it. So I'm sewing. So remember, Devon's on at yes, Devon's on at 3. And we'll see some amazing work from Devon, I'm sure. And she's going to just show the tea cozy that she won that I made. That would be wonderful. So have a good day. And if you can't be good, be careful. And thumbs up. And thank you. Thank you so much. Bye.